kids, I hope you're well. All this social distancing has gotten my hair a little long, so if your parents are hairstylists or barbers, tell them to text me or send me an email. I need some help. Anyway, today we are going to take you on a virtual field trip. We're going to try to get you actually in this boat behind me and take you out into a massive grass flat in Tampa Bay. And this one happens to be completely protected by law. And as of April 1st, it's completely illegal to run at high speed across this flat. Summertime and spring are the times in which the seagrass really comes back to life in Tampa Bay, and we need to really focus on protecting that. What we're going to do as an assignment is you're going to simply write a review, and so you're going to need a blank piece of paper for this little field trip when all this gets started, and then you're going to consolidate all that information into a review in a Word document. It can be things you saw, things you thought were cool. Even if you just thought the boat ride was cool, let me know about it. And we're going to put that into a Word document and attach that to Teams for some points. That is going to be due on Friday morning. So that is all you have to do between now and Friday morning, and hopefully maybe Friday we'll do another one. So hopefully this will be our way of coming live to you and bringing the outdoors to your home. It would be impossible to do this 6 times in a week, so we're going to do these pre-recorded live sessions a couple times a week, and hopefully this one will be a little bit better than the last one. But let's take a look real quick. We're going to step inside and pull up Google Earth and show you exactly where we're going. So this is Google Earth. I'm using Google Earth Pro, but you can just type in Google Earth and you can use it one time for free. You don't even have to download it. So let's take a look at where we are. This is the southern tip of Pinellas County. And this is on our way out here, as you see, to Terra Verde. And if you follow my cursor, this is a marked channel that runs between these two bridges out into Tampa Bay. And there's a marked channel over here which runs us down to the Skyway Bridge. But what we want to try to take a look at today is the area that you see on your screen here. This is a very important grass flat, probably the largest single grass flat in Pinellas County, or definitely one of them. And we're going to take a look really quickly at this part for a second, because this has become a very popular shortcut. If I was coming from this neighborhood or coming from up this direction and wanted to take my boat down to the Skyway Bridge or Bunce's Pass, which we all know as the sandbar today, many times I would take this route, the marked channel, take a right here, come down this marked channel until I got down here to this area of deep water, and here's the sandbar out here. A very popular place, a lot of people go. This is the Fort DeSoto boat ramp. But what a lot of people don't know is, and locals do, you'll see the ones you can tell who are local, there's some natural channels here. And the first one being right here by Little Bird Key. And you can literally cut across this whole area, get into this obvious deeper water. The darker the color, the deeper the water. And that right there is probably 7 to 8 feet of water. And then they pick up that channel, and instead of coming all the way up to the top here to pick up the channel, they're going to pick it up right here and jump in there. Another way that people sneak in there is they come out behind this little shoal and they go make this cut and cut across and down to the next channel. But what a lot of people have been doing is that they've been, wherever they enter from, they realize that this is deep, but then they're just cutting straight across this flat to get down to the Bunce's Pass channel. Well, this particular grass flat is absolutely protected by law. And this is the grass flat, excuse my neighbor's mowing his lawn. This grass flat is filled with pop scars, so let's zoom in. see, well, you can start to see them already. This has all been caused, all of these prop scars have been caused by boats trying to cut across this flat at a low tide or at a tide too low for their boat. So we're going to take a run out here today. We're going to put you in the boat. We're going to make a run. We're going to go play on this grass flat and see what we can come up with. So here we are, guys. We're right at the edge of that big flat that I was telling you about. And it's getting a little windy, so I'm going to try to get kind of close to it before we go check out this grass flat. And I apologize if it's windy. But you see there, April 1st, October 31st, it's to allow for the seagrass to come back in the summertime. And he's going all the way around this flat. We're looking at the east side of Terra Verde over there. We're going to come around here. Here's an island off our left side. That's Tarpon Key, which you can find on Google Earth. We are on this flat, and I'm going to have to play with the wind here, but no sooner that I started this up did we find ourselves a great example of a prop storm. And if you can see there, it's kind of windy, but that was created by somebody coming across this flat way too fast. And you can see they've literally dug a trench all the way through this grass flat. And I can show you here, we'll keep going. It goes on for a long time. This guy was either lost or he didn't know what he was doing. Unfortunately, we're finding that the seagrass will not repair itself once it gets into that situation. So everywhere we're going to go today, we're going to see these. So what you're looking at there is what we call turtle grass, and that is what most of this flat is made of. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get us out of the wind here so we can see a little bit better. I'm going to tuck behind Tarpon Key, and hopefully you'll be able to hear better, and I won't have to keep facing downwind. We're being powered here by a little electric motor. We've entered the area where you're not allowed to have combustible motors, so we're using clearly was out of his zone. He didn't know where he was. And he has done double damage here on this grass flat, as far as you can see. So we're starting to get out of the wind here, and you're going to see now, when you look underwater, you see all these white spots. This is what we call potholes. And if you're a fisherman, you know that it's not a bad idea now and again to pop your bait into one of those potholes. They're always holding trout, redfish, even snook. So we've got ourselves up here. We're tucked up under behind Tarpon Key, which I showed you there earlier, and it's allowing us to get out of some of that wind. That is quite a southwesterly we got. It is Wednesday afternoon after school, so it's getting a little windier. But you now start to see a mixture of different grasses. This is there's some turtle grass in there, there's some manatee grass in there, and I think we're probably starting to see some shoal grass in here too, because we're getting pretty close to this island here. As you see, in a little bit we're not going to be in any wind whatsoever. We're just going to mosey nice and slow and see what we can find. Rodan's just quiet as nothing next to me here. Can't even hear it running. If you go to Google Earth and look at this island, there's actually a lagoon too, in fact, inside this island, and you're not allowed on it. But I'll tell you, if you were, I'd be the first one going to see how many big snook were hiding back in that little lagoon back there. It's hard to imagine how much oxygen is being given off by these plants. And when you stop and think about the size of this flat, just how much oxygen this is producing for the fish of Tampa Bay. I can't believe it, but I think I'm seeing another prop scar. No, it's not a prop scar. These mangrove islands are amazing. Look at how much wind that island is blocking. We're getting pretty close to it now. We're starting to move off of the seagrass a little bit, but I want to show you a few things up close here. So now we're in patchy areas of seagrass, but it's actually pretty doggone deep right in here. But this is snook country now. We are in snook habitat, and I did not bring a fishing pole, and if I see one, I'm going to be super mad at myself. Might be able to see, let me turn away from the light a little bit. See, maybe you can, there are a bunch of bait fish I can see down on the bottom. Those snook and redfish and trout and all kinds of things. I see worms. They'll be down in this, it's kind of like, almost like sea lettuce. I see tons of bait. Maybe you can see that bait in that hole. There's lots of bait in these holes here. We're right up close to this island now. Gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon. Beautiful red mangrove right in front of us. Absolutely amazing how these mangroves stop this wind. Some mullets swimming out in front of us. I don't know if you can see them. No matter where you go, you gotta have man come in and mess the whole thing up. Well, I just spooked a big old snook, so we're gonna slow this boat down here, see if we can't see one. It's really high tide, so they are tucked way up underneath those mangroves. As you can see, this seagrass comes right up to the island. We are still on that same ginormous seagrass bed. There's a bunch of bait, tons of little bait. Those look like, yeah, they are baby sardines. Look at that gorgeous red mangrove. Holy cow. It's almost red at the bottom. That is one Florida picture. We just pulled into this next cove and we're not alone. So we're gonna let these guys have this cove. If you're an avid fisherman, you know this, which is about 100 yards, is just about close enough. So we're gonna start making our way. We're going downwind now, so you can kind of see better. We're in some more turtle grass. Ooh, our teacher almost went in the water. And we're gonna make our way out of this non-combustion zone. We'll let you look at this a little bit. That's a lot of turtle grass. There's some manatee grass in there. Probably getting a little too far away from the island for our shoal grass. When you stop and think about the fact that this is all the way to that shoreline except for a channel, and then all the way over to Terra Verde. Entire thing, seagrass. It's pretty amazing. All right, kids, we are about out of this zone, so we're gonna crank this motor up here in a little bit and let you get back to the house and try to put all this together. Hopefully, your teacher has figured out how to do all this. Pretty sure I'm getting there. So remember, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna create a Word document, take your notes, create a Word document, and describe what you saw, maybe things you learned, maybe things you noticed that I didn't mention, maybe everything that I mentioned, and jot it down in a nice summary. Let me know how you feel about the video, and that's going to be due now tomorrow afternoon. Because of my little technical difficulties, we're going to let you have it a little bit longer. All right, guys, tight lines.